Station covering all of the DMV. This is DC News Now.
Hours after crowds flood the National Mall, a 4th of July block party broken up by gunfire.
9 people shot and a community left shaken.
Y'all are some cowards. Innocent people for no reason.
As the search gets underway for the shooter, dozens in D.C. meet once again to find solutions to the rising violence.
You're watching DC News Now at 9. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. I'm Tasmin Mahfouz.
Hi, everybody. I'm Chris Flanagan. We begin with a violent 4th of July across the district.
DC police responding to at least 7 separate shootings over the course of the night. The biggest, a mass shooting at a block party in the Deanwood neighborhood in Northeast. 9 people were injured, including a 10-year-old child and also a teenager.
Police say the car targeted the crowd gathered on Meade Street, the bullets flying within seconds. We spoke to the party's organizer, who did not want to be on camera. She says her sister and nephew are among the victims.
His brother picked him up out the car. My brother shot, and carried him all the way over here.
And just in tonight, new photos of the vehicle believed to be used in that shooting. We're told the gunshots were fired from this blue SUV seen driving through that area. Police believe this car is a Hyundai Tucson with DC tags.
Now, all of the victims in last night's mass shooting are expected to survive. As for the party's organizer, she says she'll leave the event planning to someone else next year.
No more cookouts. I am done. I'm done.
And DC police says there have been 125 homicides this year. That's compared to 107 this time last year. Assault with a dangerous weapon is also slightly up, and robbery is up nearly 50%.
All violent crime now up 30% compared to July 5th of last year. All right, joining us now with more is Mariel Carbone, live from the Arc in Southeast D.C., where dozens of people met tonight to address the rise in violent crime.
Yeah, and Mariel, organizers say this meeting has been in the works for weeks now, but the weekend violence only intensified the need for it.
Yeah, Tasmin, and we heard so much frustration in that meeting because so many people are doing everything they can to stop the violence, and it keeps on happening. Now, you might remember these signs, "Thou shalt not kill." They went up over the last few months everywhere. They were on display here today as people still tried to come up with more new solutions to curb that violence.
We're tired of burying our babies.
Von Perry has lived in Ward 8 for the last 2 decades, and the rising violence he's seeing now reminds him of another time, growing up when D.C. was considered the murder capital of the world.
I don't want to live back in that city where it seemed like every other day somebody was getting killed.
According to district data, homicides have increased by 17% so far this year. In Ward 8, 54 people have been killed. It's why dozens of people met here at the Arc Black Box Wednesday night.
I want to see the hands in the room for those who are committed.
I think people are scared. I think people are frustrated. I think people are afraid to let their kids outside.
Scott Kratz is Senior Vice President of Building Bridges Across the River. The group facilitating this meeting as a way for people to come together to discuss and find solutions to the rising crime in Southeast and beyond, from parents to pastors and police.
I'm still reeling from the 4th. All right, I spent from dusk till dawn running through the 7th district, just trying to do everything I could to prevent violent crime, and we still had a homicide.
It could be the smallest of things, unfortunately.
For Perry, a big problem is conflict resolution, small issues leading to serious and deadly conflicts. He's hoping the latest violence is a call to action.
We need to be able to find the solutions, and we can't wait for anybody else to do it.
And so again, tonight, all about just coming up with new solutions and writing them down to pass along. The organizers will put all of that together into an actual plan to try and move forward with this. But Chris and Tasmin, the Attorney General was here, and he says that there is just no magic wand. You can't just fix this stuff overnight. So even with all of these ideas and this plan, to be patient for things to actually be put into place and to see some change. Reporting live in Southeast tonight, I'm Mariel Carbone, DC News Now.
Mariel, thank you. And again, D.C. police responding to at least 6 other shootings overnight. Among the victims, Jesse Benitez, 22-year-old, was shot and killed on 13th Street in Northwest just before midnight. And on Livingston Road in Southeast, a separate shooting took the life of 28-year-old Nathaniel Holmes. Tuesday's shootings took place in 3 of the 4 quadrants.
And turning things over to weather now, Tuesday set an unofficial record for the hottest day on Earth. Yeah, it felt like the entire planet was melting. The global average temperature for July 3rd was just over 62 degrees. And while that may sound minuscule compared to 80s and 90-degree temperatures, this is actually the first time in 44 years this has happened.
Yeah, we definitely chipped in and helped with that unofficial record. Let's check in now with Chief Meteorologist Janessa Webb.
Yeah, Janessa, we're in day 4 of our heat wave.
Yeah, it does look like we're going to go 2 consecutive heat waves across the DMV. And so if you're not accustomed to this hot and humid air, really it's going to stay in place. I do see kind of a slight relief as we go into your Saturday. Daytime highs are back into the middle 80s instead of the upper 80s. So just a slight reprieve across the area. Right now we are seeing temperatures still in the upper 80s in most spots, but official highs this afternoon. Manassas into areas of Charles, King George, St. Mary's County, back at 90 degrees, 87 for the Cumberland area and Hagerstown, upper 80s. You can see a little bit cooler right now. We've dropped about 10 degrees, but not much of a difference. If you've been outside, I just stepped out and said, wow, it is sultry out there. You're going to be sweating, and we're going to continue to deal with this heat and humidity for the next couple of days and going into your late weekend. So your evening plans tonight, partly cloudy conditions. We are tracking in some rain. We'll time that out coming up.
Thank you. DC is under a hot weather emergency through Saturday. The emergency is activated when heat indices are expected to reach 95 degrees or higher for 4 consecutive days. So if you need a place to cool off this week, keep in mind cooling centers are open daily around the district. And because of the emergency, the Downtown Day Center on New York Avenue will be open on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. And for those experiencing homelessness and parents, remember spray parks are open 6 days a week. Now, DC, if you want to learn more about these services, you can just dial 311 or visit our website, dcnewsnow.com.
And if you're in Virginia, make sure you look into the Virginia Energy Assistance Program. It is run by the Department of Social Services and helps qualifying households pay for electric bills, fans, and other cooling equipment. They also help with repairs. Now, to be eligible, your household needs to have a child younger than 6 years old, an adult 60 years or older, or a person living with a disability. Even if you're not sure if you qualify, the department encourages to apply anyway.
And developing tonight, a couple and their child unable to return home after a fire caused by fireworks destroyed part of their house. You're seeing it right there. This happened on the 4th of July in the Beltsville area of Prince George's County. Our Yamarie Sase covers that county and was in the neighborhood all day talking to the homeowner and neighbors who helped them to escape.
Now, this is what's left of this Beltsville home. The side of the house and the roof destroyed. Now, firefighters say it started in the area in the back of the house where fireworks were not disposed properly. A lot of neighbors in the area and the homeowner tell me they're just happy that everyone made it out safe. Jim Teal was surprised when he heard the knock at his door Tuesday night on July 4th.
My neighbor came over, knocked on the door, alerting us that his house was on fire.
The Beltsville home attached to his was engulfed in flames.
It was very quickly the house became well involved, both the first and second floor, and then the flames started to come through the roof in the back of the house.
Investigators say the fire was accidental and it started from fireworks not being disposed properly, although the use of fireworks are illegal in the county.
It's a very traumatic thing to have to watch that happen to your things, your belongings. I'm very, very happy that the family was able to get out of the house, that no one was injured.
The smoke from the fire also impacted Teal's home.
The smoke in the house and the soot is so thick that we're just not able to comfortably stay in the house.
And as construction workers work to board up the home, neighbors are just thankful nobody was injured.
I'm very thankful for the job that they did last night, and I'm very thankful that my new neighbors are safely out of their house.
Now, I was able to speak to the homeowner, and they tell me they're just too traumatized at this moment. And Prince George's County Fire did tell me that the fire did cause $100,000 worth of damage. As for the fireworks, it's not clear whether there will be any fines. For now, reporting in Beltsville, Maryland, I'm Yamarie Sase, DC News Now.
Meanwhile, discarded fireworks are being blamed for causing a house fire in the Rockville area of Montgomery County last night. Now check out these flames here. This is near the Manor Country Club on Rosecroft Road. Crews rushed there just before 11 last night. The fire was knocked down within an hour. Now we're told damage is estimated to be upwards of $1 million.
And across Fairfax County, Virginia, firefighters responded to a dozen fires on the 4th of July. The cause of the fires still being investigated. But in the meantime, the fire department is reminding you to please properly dispose of your fireworks. So how do you do that? Well, officials say do not put any parts of used fireworks into recycling bins. Instead, soak the fireworks in a bucket of water overnight. Double wrap the soaked fireworks in plastic wrap or plastic bags, then throw them in the garbage.
All new tonight, 5 suspects are on the run after stealing a camper from a camping store in Thurmont, Maryland. That theft was caught on camera, but the camper still missing tonight. And as our Frederick County reporter Michaela Newton tells us, there's now a $2,000 reward to help find it.
Well, this happened at Beckley's RVs along Cocoxton Mountain Highway, and the Frederick County Sheriff's Office tells me this is not the first time that someone has stolen from them. In fact, this happened just last month at the exact same business. Video footage shows 5 suspects as they pull up to Beckley's RVs, connect a camper to a Toyota Tundra, and pull off. And in March of this year, 28-year-old Eric Lindsay was arrested for stealing approximately 17 catalytic converters from the same business. Andy Harry has owned his RV for about 8 years and parks his RV in the Beckley service lot.
This year's locked up. The keys are held by Beckley's, and it's stored here for 11 months a year. So they just park it. I drop it off, and they park it for me.
When he heard about the recent theft at Beckley's RVs, he couldn't believe it.
Well, I didn't know about it until you told me about it. It would be difficult, I think, to steal that without the keys because it's a motorised vehicle.
Progressive Insurance suggests several ways to keep your RV secure and to prevent theft. That includes keeping your doors locked, installing a security system, and installing a GPS tracker. We reached out to Beckley's RVs for a comment, but they declined to do an interview. The people who took the RV are still at large, and the camper has not yet been found. But Beckley's RVs is offering a $2,000 reward for anyone that can help with a lead to the arrest. Reporting in Thurmont, Maryland, I'm Michaela Newton for DC News Now.